Hey, good afternoon. This is Lex Trading. Today I want to talk about McDonald's and how I use technical analysis to time an entry into the stock and where the resistance is. This morning the earnings report came out and the stock jumped over 5%. But I've been in this trade for actually a couple weeks now. And I actually brought the stock back on January 23rd when the stock fell to the 200 moving average on this yellow pivot. This yellow pivot was a support, but then became a resistance. You can see the two rejections here and one there before the eventual breakout. But back in January, when it sold off to this pivot, and then it held, which is why I decided to buy some shares. So you can see on January 22nd, I sent out this alert on my Discord, and this is something that I share with my premium subscribers on Substack. And I actually wrote an article shortly after the news broke of the E. coli outbreak back in late October, drawing similarities between McDonald's outbreak to Chipotle's from a few years back. And I shared this a couple days afterwards. You see this very bearish engulfing candle back under this previous support, which is a very bearish move. But to go back to the article, here you can see that I was pointing to the 200 moving average, which is this blue line, and the yellow pivot, and that was where I saw that the first support was going to be, and where I might be looking to possibly open shares for my first entry. And it took a couple months. It was back in October, and I waited about 3 months before I bought my first shares. And I think that's how trading kind of should be. Kind of like what Warren Buffett said. It should be like a softball game where you're just standing at the mound waiting for the perfect pitch, and then when it comes, then you take a hit. You don't have to jump in and out of stocks, every single day. You should just be standing there waiting for the perfect pitch, for the right setup in this case. And I think this is a great time for stock pickers, right? Because if you're just sitting in cash, that's fine. Right now the interest rates are pretty high. If you just put your money into a money market fund, you can get 4 or 5%. So that you shouldn't have any problem with just having your cash sit and while you're waiting for the perfect setup. So I still like this trade. It's gone up 5% since this morning. I think we can still do a little bit better because I'm looking at the chart here. You can see that there's a gap that's set to fill around 313. Hopefully, it could keep this momentum going and we'll fill this gap, or even maybe retest all-time high around 317. At that point, then I will decide if it's going to break out to go for new all-time highs or whether it's going to reject it. If so, then maybe I might look to book some gains. But this has been a great trade so far, and I hope you guys found this useful. Just want to show you guys really quickly how I use technical analysis to time my entry into a stock like McDonald's. And the last thing I want to share about McDonald's is long-term chart, excuse me. And these are tickers that I always on the hunt for, because McDonald's, like a few others that I have, they trade in a very predictable long-term pattern. So you see this nice channel that I drew between using the red and green lines. The red is the resistance, and you see that every time the stock has reached this red resistance trend line, it sold off. So it sold off here, sold off there, sold off there, sold off there. In contrast, you see in green, this is support. Every time the stock has reached this supporting trend line, investors have come in and bought the stock. So you see a bounce here, bounce there, bounce there, bounce there, another bounce. And even during the COVID-19 pandemic, when everything was shut down, you can see this nice pickup candle here in the green after reaching the support. So McDonald's is a ticker that I'm always watching for because it trades in such a nice predictable pattern. So definitely keep this on your watch list for future opportunities. And again, if you guys found this helpful and you guys like it, please like and subscribe. And I'll have some more for you guys next time.